Coffee with Nikkie. Right. In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Coffee with Wake Nikkie. Up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing on this amazing Wednesday morning? I hope you guys are having a good day so far. We have some sunshine going on out there, and it's warm out there. So I'm excited about the day already. I am wearing my Miss Nikkie earrings from Push Classic Collections, one of my favorites. These are one of my favorite earrings. But yeah, today's looking really good out there. We had some rain, and yesterday I decided that I wanted to collect rainwater, right? I haven't collected rainwater in all the times that I've been gardening, never collected rainwater. And so I said, you know what? This time I want to garden differently, right? I want to make sure I'm more abundant. I was successful last year, but I want to be even more this year. And I want you guys to think that same way with your business. But I want to even be even more successful. I want to try something new. I've never tried that before. Yes, when it rains, it automatically goes on the fruits and the vegetables. But I want to, like, when sometimes we have periods when we don't have the rain, and so I want to be able to do that. I'm watching a lot more gardeners on social media, and they're utilizing rainwater, especially places like where they experience droughts like Texas, and where they can't use their hose all the time, and sometimes they'll have a restriction on how much water you can use and what you can do. And so I want to start collecting rainwater. So I'm going to get me some rainwater barrels, and I think my friend's husband, or maybe I'll do it myself, put a little spigot thing in there so I could get my rainwater and put it on my fruits and vegetables, and see how well that works for me this year. Like I said, I have a goal to get those giant collard greens. That's one of them. And then also growing my own lettuce from seed. I don't have too many major goals because I did a lot of my goals last year. But this year I want to make sure that I am, even more abundant. But I want to grow the Morris Heading collard greens, humongous. And I also want to grow my own lettuce from seed. Like I said, I can do it from a seed, one of the starts. I can do it from that, but I have not been successful growing my own. So we're going to try that out this year. So today we are going to be talking about pricing. I went live yesterday because I was outraged. I was appalled. I was upset. And I was talking about it in my head to myself the entire way home, because I went to purchase olive oil, and my olive oil went up by $10. I purchased olive oil about 2 weeks ago, maybe even a week ago, and it was not that high. I even shared the price of olive oil with Michelle, because Michelle was saying the olive oil went up where, in Canada, she was like, the olive oil went up crazy at one of her suppliers. And I was like, oh, try Walmart, because Walmart, they have a really good price. It's about $20 for the pure olive oil, right? The extra virgin olive oil was like $5 more. But I was like, go to Walmart because Walmart has a good deal on it. Even Sam's Club, da-da-da-da-da. And so now I go to get olive oil yesterday because I need to make soap, and olive oil went up by $10. Not $2, not $4, not $5, 10 whole entire bucks. So instead of me spending the $20 for the olive oil, I am now spending 30. So we're going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about, I know I asked in the community, I said we're going to be talking about pricing, and this is the perfect time for you to look at your pricing to see if your cost of goods are matching your cost of creation. Um, um, Not yet, of course, of creation and how much you're charging. You want to make sure that you're being profitable, because when the prices go up like this is when it really is going. A dollar or two may not make a difference, right? Because you give yourself that cushion. But when it goes up this much, you got to analyze and look at your prices and start seeing where you need to make changes and where you can shop differently, and maybe you'll find some different sales. Maybe if you buy more, you'll get sales. So we're going to be talking about all of that today. So let's get into it. Let's get into it first. Before we go anywhere, I want to welcome everybody to Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. I am your host, Miss Nikki, and I appreciate you being here with me this morning. So let's get into who's in the building. So I see we got cousin in the building. Her name is Latrice, but you guys know her as the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on earth is in the building. Good morning, cousin. She said, good morning, my hearts. Are you in the office? No, today's Wednesday. Nope, today's not the office day. All right. Let me see. We got Miss Kim in the building. Miss Kim said, good morning, trees. Yolanda's in the building. She said, good morning, family. Good morning, Yolanda. We got Melody in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Melissa's in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. I'm blessed. Yes, yes, and yes, indeed. It's hot everywhere. It's insane. Yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because as entrepreneurs, we need to make sure that we can save everywhere we can, right? We need to save with our supplies. We need to save on our shipping. We need to save everywhere that we can, because we want to maximize our profits. And if we are shelling it out for everything, that means that we're going to have to increase our pricing, and that means that's how we're going to have to look at things. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. Good morning, Trisha. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Coffee with Nikki. All right, so the prices, like I said, olive oil went up. Olive oil is a very important ingredient for me, because I use olive oil for my body butters. I use olive oil for my body oils, and I use olive oil because I make soap from scratch. So it's very important to me to have large quantities of body oil, large quantities of olive oil, because that is one of my key ingredients. And by it increasing by $10, we may look at it and be like, oh, it's only $10. But as a maker, you're not looking at it like, oh, it's only $10. We're looking at it like, I'm cutting into my stuff. This is crazy, right? $30 for a bottle of olive oil, and not to mention it's the big bottle. I think it's 3 liters, right? And so the smaller ones, you used to be able to get 2 of those if I go to Walmart. So if Walmart didn't have the big one, I would be able to get the small ones. The small ones used to be $10. So 10 something. So I would be able to get 2 of those. It kind of costs about the same price as the large one, the gallon, and or the 3 liters costs about the same, and I was fine with that. If they don't have the big one, I'm fine with getting the 2 little ones. Well, yesterday when I went to Walmart to get my olive oil, I noticed that the price went up to 29. Let me see if I got the exact price. It went up to, no, I didn't put the exact price, but it was 29 something, right? $30 for the olive oil. I was like, what? So I'm thinking maybe it's just New York, because I went to the one in Middletown, New York. So I was like, maybe it's just New York's olive oil that went up, right? So now I come down to where I live in Pennsylvania, and the olive oil is the same price. The olive oil is the same price, and I just got alcohol. I just got olive oil, and I was like, I just got it, and it was not this price. It shot up like within 2 weeks. No notice, no anything, just shot up. And so when things like this happen, we need to start looking at our pricing. We need to start looking at our pricing because, good morning, Alicia. We got to start looking at our pricing because this is going to affect our bottom line, right? So, let me see. The 51 ounces used to be $10 to $12, with the pure olive oil being cheaper. So the pure olive oil was cheaper than the extra virgin olive oil. The extra virgin olive oil is $39. I think it's $39. I said, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is insane. This is insane." Good morning, Miss Lois. So, why is this important? Why is this important? It's important because now you got to change your pricing, right? Now your pricing structure is going, your, not the structure, but the price. You got to change your price. You got to increase your pricing. You're going to have to um, give your customers some notice that you are going to be increasing the price because your supplies have gone up, or you're going to have to, just do it. But you're going to have to increase your pricing. It's very important to make, when you notice that your supplies are going up, it's very important to reflect on your pricing to see if you're still making, still in the same profit margin that you want it to be in the range, right? You still have to make sure that you are. And with the cost of olive oil going up, and then also cocoa butter went up. Cocoa butter is another ingredient that I use in my soap, right? I don't use as much of cocoa butter as I do olive oil, but the pricing still went up. And so the pricing went up, and I realized that the pricing went up everywhere. Right, the pricing has gone up everywhere for cocoa butter. I don't know how many of you guys use cocoa butter and olive oil, or olive oil? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Do you use olive oil in your products, and do you use cocoa butter in your products? If you use both, say both. If it's one, either or, say whatever one that is. Do you use olive oil or cocoa butter in your products? I use both. Neither. Okay. Okay. I use both. And I know most of us who do body butters and soap from scratch, it's going to affect us. It's going to affect us. Now, cocoa butter went up almost, I want to say about $5 a pound, and it's crazy. And then I think, um, I'm not sure, I'm not for certain that this is the thing, but I do think that cocoa butter is now harder to get. So it may be a problem getting it to the port. It may be a problem exporting. I'm not sure, but everywhere, the place where I used to go to get my cocoa butter, they no longer have it. Well, it's out of stock. Not that they no longer have it. It's out of stock. My Connect that I used to have, that would get me the boxes of cocoa butter. I used to get my cocoa butter for $4.50 a pound. Okay. Boxes of cocoa butter. They stopped getting boxes of cocoa butter. And then other places on the internet, everywhere else besides this one place that I used to shop, all of the places was crazy. I know I could find some good prices on Amazon at times, and but everywhere else was crazy, like Wholesale Supplies Plus, anywhere like those places, their prices was insane for cocoa butter. But I realized that the prices of cocoa butter have gone up tremendously. I use shea butter and almond oil in my body butter. Oh, good. Shea butter is still, thankfully, well, my shea butter did go up a little bit, but when I went to get my shea butter from New York, um, I'm still saying all the time. When I went to get to my shea butter in New York, he honored the price from last time because I didn't know about the increase. So instead of getting mine for, I think he increased it to $45, $50 a box, I still got mine for $35 a box, which is great because it's 25 pounds a box. So I always stock up. Always, always, always. My garage is full of shea butter. Always do that. Because going back and forth to the Bronx, first of all, it's not that far, but it ain't that close either. Plus tolls, $20 for the, to go over into New York and the time and all of that. Sometime, not sometime, but I just want to do it one and done. I don't want to have to keep going back and forth every weekend or whatever. So yeah, so he honored the price, which is great. But cocoa butter, you can't seem to find it anywhere. Can't seem to find. Well, you could find it, but now the prices have gone up. Good morning, Miss Seltra. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The prices have went up, which is crazy. Which is crazy. So, one thing that I would like to suggest for all of us as product makers, one thing that I suggest is that if you find a really good deal on something, the same way that we had to shop. How many of you guys had to work through the pandemic? Let me know in the chat. Put ones in the chat if you worked through the pandemic. Ones in the chat if you worked through the pandemic. If you had a business during the pandemic, put ones in the chat. It's a headache with traffic. Yes. Especially like I'm good coming through Jersey, except for when we get closer to the bridge, then it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It's a headache with traffic. I know going from Jersey to New York was insane. Yep. And one thing I don't like is going through the Lincoln Tunnel because the Lincoln Tunnel always seem to be packed. Always seem to be packed. Let me know if you were operating your business in during the pandemic. And now I want to ask you, when you were operating your business, was it hard to find your supplies? Was it hard to find your supplies? I know for me, it was very difficult to find my supplies. And I ended up traveling. A lot of people were not accepting pickups. So when I found that my suppliers were allowing pickups, I went and got my stuff. I went and got my stuff because it was hard to source your supplies because everyone was doing it. Everybody was home. Everybody was trying new things out. And so your wax that you normally use wasn't there. Or if your wax was there, your wax went up tremendously. How many of you guys were paying higher prices on your wax and still to this day are paying higher prices on your wax? Let me know in the chat. Good morning, Martini. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Miss Kim. Yes, wicks and wax was so hard to come by. Yes. Yes. And at that time I was making dessert candles. Was I? Yes. I was making dessert candles and things like that. So it wasn't my major business, but I did feel the impact on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I could no longer just buy 100 wicks. You know what I'm saying? When I seen that my supplier had wicks, I bought all the wicks that they had. So I think I bought like 1,000 wicks or something like that because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get them again. I didn't know how fast I was gonna move these candles. I didn't know how fast I was gonna run through these wicks. And so I had to make sure that I was good with what I had for some time so it can last me, hopefully, so I could outlast this whole thing that's going on until they can get new shipments in, until things start getting lifted, until shipping starts happening again, and all this other stuff was happening, going down, and I had to make sure that we were still going to be good. And if you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the chat. Let me know if you've experienced the same thing. Let me know in the chat. I wasn't making candles then. Okay. I started during the pandemic and had a hard time finding proper wicks. Yep. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have a stockpile of my regular supplies. Yep. Yep. And this time I want you to think in the same way that you thought when the pandemic was here. I want you, whenever you find something, I want you to, and this is just advice. You don't necessarily have to do this. You can do it your own way. But when you find a good deal on something and you know that you use it is the major part of your business, stock up on that. Right? Stock up on that. Had I purchased my olive oil, well, I did, but I ran out thinking, it's always been that price. I'm just going to go back and get it, right? Until I seen hard stop $30, right? So now I'm looking for a better pricing. So The closest thing I see, that olive oil went up everywhere. The closest thing that I seen to good pricing for regular, without a sale, is $26 at Sam's Club for the same size bottle. I can wait, and I will wait until I see something at ShopRite, because sometimes ShopRite's olive oil go on sale. And when that does go on sale, I'm going to go crazy and stock up on it, because like I said, olive oil is something that's a key ingredient to things that I use. My body butters, my soaps, my body oils is a key thing, is a key component, and I need to make sure that I have it. And I want to make sure that I can always afford to buy it, because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we don't always have good seasons, right? But you always want to make sure that you have get the supplies that you need, because you always are able to make money. That's one thing. You should be always able to sell something. So I was talking about it last night. I'm like, whenever people ask me what do I want for gifts, gifts are always something that I could use to make money off of. I don't ask for gifts that, things like jewelry and bags and things like that, because if it's not going to be useful for me to make money, then I'm not going to do it. Like I'm fine with like clothes and stuff, because I'm going live every day, so I'm fine with that. But certain things I don't necessarily need. But if you give me something I can make money off of, I could continue to use it all the time. And so that's the same way I'm talking about your supplies. You'll be able to always make something if you are able to afford your supplies. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. And this is also including shipping. I wrote my notes down for y'all. I wrote my notes down because I don't want to forget. I want to make sure I have everything. This goes for shipping as well. Shipping prices is going up everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Sometimes the shipping is reasonable, but sometimes the shipping is out of control. And sometimes the people that are offering the free shipping, sometimes the people that are offering the free shipping is really not doing us any justice. I mean, because we already know that free shipping just means that the price is included in the products or, order that you have. We already know that, but sometimes it works out to our benefit, because, we'll have some heavy things and it's like, okay, well, that would have cost me over $100 in shipping. And I'm glad that I got this free shipping, because now I don't have the shipping cost there. I may pay, and sometimes for some places, they may even offer the better prices. Because I know with Wholesale Supplies Plus, sometimes in certain products, you can say, no, that's outrageous. Like, I'm not paying that much for this particular thing, even with the free shipping. But sometimes, like their jars and things like that, they have a better deal than everybody else. So when they have that price, let's say the jars are $132 for a case, and they offering the free shipping, other places are offering the jars for a higher price, plus you have to pay for shipping. That works out to be the better deal. But when I'm doing, it takes me all day to do my inventory when I'm shopping. I will spend all day doing my inventory. Why? Because I'm looking for where I can save money. I'm looking to see where I can not pay extreme prices on shipping, but still get the best value. How many of y'all shop like that? Let me know in the chat. If you shop like that, let me know in the chat. That is definitely how I go about. I'm looking at all the websites to see. I'm looking at my bait, my starting lineup, see what's going on with them. If and I'm going with the best deal, right? And I'm not saying like certain things, like if you ordering from certain places that you have like fragrance oils or whatever, and you particularly like this fragrance oil, or they don't sell this fragrance oil everywhere, I understand, that's the difference. But if it's something like glycerin, if it's something like cocoa butter, if it's something like those type of things, certain oils, yes, I'm definitely going to shop around, because I'm not going to be spending, I'm not going to be loyal to a company. I know Patricia says all the time, I'm not loyal to nobody. I'm going to find different, you got to find different sources, because when things happen and when things go up, you got to make sure you got some kind of backup. So I'm always looking at everything before I even press the trigger, pull the trigger before I, order the stuff. I'm like, Oh, so Melissa says she do that too. Martini says she does that. Melody says I try to find deals all the time. all the time. So I needed glycerin, right? Because I make the base to my foam and sugar scrubs. Sugar went up. Let me tell y'all something. My prices are going up. When I'm not relaunching anything, but it's our anniversary coming up, and so I'm gonna be introducing new products. I am raising my prices because sugar went up too. Sugar went up too. But that was a side note. I wasn't supposed to be talking about the sugar. The sugar used to be, how many of you guys buy sugar from Walmart? Put your hand up if you buy sugar from Walmart. I mean, not everybody does sugar scrubs, so you may not buy as much sugar from Walmart. Miss Lloyd says she do too. Yep, I spent all day trying to get my inventory together. And I be kicking myself like, how long is it going to take? It don't take 2 hours for you to buy your fragrance oils and da 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 da. But in the end, I'm happy with how I purchase my stuff. How many of you guys, Melody says she does, the sugar at Walmart, the 10-pound bag of sugar used to be, I want to say, about $6. Does anybody remember that? Who shops at Walmart? If you purchase your sugar at Walmart, let me know. 10 pounds of sugar. That is not the small bag, but the next size up. That 10-pound bag of sugar used to be about $6. How many of you guys remember that? Let me know in the chat. I went to Walmart yesterday, and I don't always make sugar scrubs, but it's time for sugar scrubs because I asked the people what they wanted, and they wanted me to bring back the foam and sugar scrubs. And I'm going to also be introducing more of my lip scrubs. So my lip scrubs are going to be like, I'm going to have a duo. So lip scrubs with the lip balm, and I need sugar. I need sugar, and I buy my sugar from Walmart. How much is the 10-pound bag? Do y'all remember offhand how much your 10-pound bag is? Again, I think it was like $6, maybe $5.48. I don't know why that number is sticking in my head, but I think about $6 will give it a little cushion. $6 for the 10-pound bag of sugar. It is now $8 and some change. $8 and some change. So yes, it didn't go up as much as the olive oil did, but that still went up. I say all this to say that with inflation, all of our prices are going up, and we are going to have to be strategic on how we're buying our stuff or when we're buying our stuff to get more. Right? We have to, because it's going crazy. And if sugar went up for you and you're making products with sugar in it, look at your pricing. Look at your pricing, because I guarantee you may not have allotted for that increase in costs. You may not have allotted for that. Okay, so this goes for as far as shipping, right? So I went to glycerin because again, I went off on a tangent, right? I need glycerin because I make my bases for my foam and sugar scrub, and so I needed to buy glycerin. I don't buy the small bottles of glycerin. If I buy the small bottles of glycerin, it's because I needed it in an emergency. Now, I pride myself on using ingredients that I can go run to the store to get should I ever run out, instead of waiting 4 or 5 days, whatever days, until I get my orders. But I need glycerin in bulk in order for me to make my base, because I make a lot. So looking at the pricing, a 10-pound jug of glycerin, it varies, right? According to the supplier and where you go. This is why I do not, when people say, oh, sell me your vendor list or something, I don't believe in that. Why I don't believe in that? Because your pricing is going to vary from where you are, because your shipping is going to change. You may be able to be in an area where there's a lot of suppliers, so you may be able to go pick up your stuff. So you finding where I got something cheaper is not going to serve you, right? And so this is why I don't find it necessary to share a vendors list, because I can go to, there's certain areas that I can go to locally shop, and I don't have to pay the shipping. If I see that the shipping is outrageous, like over $100, whatever, I will take the time to go an hour or so out the way to go pick up my supplies and get everything that I need as heavy as I need it to, as heavy as I want, because I can bring it home without worrying about shipping. So you may be close to somewhere, a supplier where you're going to be able to pick up your stuff and bring it, and you don't have to worry about shipping. So that's why I feel like, and it's not a secret or anything. I just don't, I feel like you should look around in your area to see if you can source these ingredients for cheaper without paying shipping, or if maybe you need to go pick up something, then do that, right? That's what I think. It's not a gatekeeping thing. So if you ever ask me about my suppliers and I didn't say anything or whatever, it's not because I don't want to give it to you. I do believe that you should look locally first and then make your decision. If you still want to, like, you may live somewhere further from where I am, and so your shipping may be crazy. The price of the thing may be cheap, but then when you get your shipping and you see how much the shipping costs, that might be crazy for you, and you might not want to go with that, right? So then it doesn't make any difference. It didn't help you no way, right? So this is what I'm talking about with the glycerin, right? So approximately, glycerin is depending on the supplier, it can be $11, same size jug, same kind of glycerin, $11 or $60. That's a huge price jump, right? $11 to $60 is a huge price jump. So let me see. So Wholesale Supplies Plus offers free shipping, right? Wholesale Supplies Plus offers free shipping. So the allure is the free shipping, but the cost of the glycerin for a 10-pound jug is $55.95, right? Remember, I told you the glycerin prices for the same size jug varies from $11 to $60, right? So Wholesale Supplies Plus have it for $55.95. But if you go to Bulk Apothecary, and Bulk Apothecary is located in Ohio, so I will be placing a giant order because we're driving down to Ohio in July for BCMC Midwest Conference. So we're going to be driving down, and so we'll have space. And I will purchase my stuff, and I'm going to most of the suppliers that I use are in Ohio. Wholesale Supplies Plus, Nature's Garden, Bulk Apothecary. There's a lot of suppliers out there, and so I'm going to be doing my rounds and getting my supplies so that I could, cut costs because I'm already be there. But Bulk Apothecary, their regular price is $14. Remember, Wholesale Supplies Plus is $55.95 with the free shipping, same size bottle. $14 sounds amazing, right? But the shipping for my area is $18.56. So, and it's right there the next state over. So that ends up bringing my cost up to about $32.98. Honey, I got the Honey app on my computer, and so it found the discount code, and that took off $2.10. So that made the bottle of glycerin $11.90, which would be amazing if I didn't have to pay shipping. If I didn't have to pay shipping, that would be amazing, right? But with shipping, so when I get there, I'm gonna buy it at $11.90. But when with everything, it ends up being $32.28. So that's less than Wholesale Supplies Plus, but you're still looking at it like the shipping. But if you are in Ohio, near the Ohio surrounding areas, you probably can go pick this up for $11.90 as opposed to paying $32 or $33, right? So there's a new vendor to me, and the name is Ingredient Supplier. Y'all may want to check them out. Their glycerin is $21.99, and their shipping is only $11. So if you have more ingredients or things that you needed and they had it there, you may want to go and shop there because shipping was only $11 for 10 pounds. So Bulk Apothecary is in Ohio. Yup. I didn't realize that. I'll be taking some trips. I'm telling you, I would rather pay $11.90 for my glycerin as opposed to paying $32.28. Right? Keep my costs low. So they are located in Texas, right? So now if I say, oh yeah, purchase your stuff from here, and you're local to another place like ingredient supplier, and it's only $21.99 for you, then you can go ahead and pick that up. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I don't like to share suppliers, because again, if you find a lower cost and you can pick it up, it may be worth your while, right? It may be worth your while than shopping from somewhere that I shop. Like it, I like to shop from Candlewick Candles and Supplies because they're here in Pennsylvania. Sometimes when I'm ordering from Candlewick, my shipping is insane. I'm like, you're only an hour and a half away. Why is my shipping crazy like that? You know what I'm saying? Like if you get if you get the case of wax, their shipping is like about almost like $50. I'm in the same state. Why is it $50? I'm in and I'm in the same state, not like Pittsburgh, not like Erie. I'm in the same state, like an hour and a half away. Why is it so much? So if I know that I'm getting something that big and that heavy, I will go to the shop. I will go to Candlewick and pick it up myself. But yes, you want to look at your shipping fees, and again, look around and see what's close to you, because you may want to just purchase from there, right? And make your own buzz. I love to go there because they usually have all of my stuff. So anything like I need, like SCI, glycerin, preservatives, usually are a better price there. But glycerin, the price is $72.86, not with including the shipping. $72.86. So I say all of this to make sure that you shop around before you are so loyal. Like, I only get my ingredients from Make Your Own Buzz. And so you are paying a $72.86 for a gallon jug of glycerin, when you could have possibly gotten it for $32.28 by paying $11.90 plus the shipping from Bulk Apothecary. Or you could even if you wanted to go to Wholesale Supplies Plus, you would have paid 50 something dollars. Like, so this is why it's important for you to shop around for your ingredients, because if you don't shop around for your ingredients, being loyal to somebody, you may be overpaying. You may be overpaying. And to me, I don't notice the difference in the glycerin. Glycerin is glycerin. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this may come into play when it's like a fragrance oil or something, maybe because of the potency, maybe because of the fragrance oil, they may not have it any other place. So that may come, that may be something that comes into play. But as far as things like glycerin, to me, it's all the same. To me, it's all the same. So you want to make sure that you're searching around for the better prices, especially now. This The olive oil forced me to pay attention to see now where can I find cheaper alternatives as for olive oil, right? Where else can I find olive oil that I'm going to get a deal on, because this went up $10? But I'm still going to do my pricing and reflect this $10, because if this is my new normal, I don't want to keep on changing my prices when I find a better deal on my olive oil. So I'm going to just keep it at that price, and then I'm going to, that way I have the cushion. So if the price fluctuates, I'm still going to be okay. So this is why I tell you guys to make sure that you reflect on your pricing. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. And one thing that I stress all the time is that when the pandemic hit, we were paying the 50-pound bag, the 50-pound bag of citric acid went for $55 with Candlewick, right? Shipping was crazy. Remember, I told you when it's heavy, they be going up to the $50 in their shipping. I said, "Oh no, yeah, well not. I'm gonna come pick up my stuff." So when I went, I purchased. I think I bought 3 bags of citric acid, and I didn't make bath bombs like that, but I knew we were in this pandemic, and if the bath bombs was selling like crazy, then I'll be able to have it. Not thinking, well, this is what a little bit before, not thinking that the prices was going to go up, because I had no idea. But I just had that intuition said just buy more. And so I bought 3 bags of it. And so shipping went from, I mean, not shipping, the pricing went from $55 During the pandemic, it went up to $200. 200, I kid you not. It went up from $55 to $200. That don't make that 10, that $10 don't look so bad from Walmart, right? For the olive oil, but it went up $200 for a bag, a 50-pound bag of citric acid. $200. It was $200 everywhere. And I was like, oh, maybe I can get it from Canada for cheaper because that's where it comes from, right? And I'm like, well, this don't have to go by sea or by nothing. This go on a truck. I don't understand why so much money for it to come from Canada. So I'm like, let me see if I can get, order from Canada. If I need to take a drive to Canada to give me some citric acid, then I may do that. Canada, citric acid went up there too. Not as much as it did here, but but it did go up, right? And so now it came back down. And so it never went back to the regular price. And so don't get confused and don't get it twisted thinking that something is going to come back to the regular price. So that's why you need to make sure you're paying attention to your pricing, because citric acid is now approximately $100 everywhere. It's approximately $100 everywhere. So it did increase, not as much as the 200, but it basically doubled. It basically doubled. And so that's how much you're paying now. Not as much as like I said, not as much as the 200, but it did go up. So when you notice that the pricing is going up and down, especially in this type of economy, make sure you price your thing at the higher. So I'm going to price my products according to the highest price, so that I've purchased it at. So my olive oil is going to now be $30. My cocoa butter is now going to be, I think it ended up being like $15 a pound, which is insane. Insane. In the place where I could get it for $8.99 a pound, they're sold out. And I can't get a case. Shipping is crazy coming from Brooklyn. So when I'm in the area, I'm going to get a case from there. When I'm in Brooklyn, I'm going to grab me a case if they still have it available, because I'd rather have it than not. I'd rather, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather have it than not. And I'd rather pay a little bit more up front, but it ends up in the long run being cheaper, because if I buy the case, it is actually cheaper than buying 5 pounds, 10 pounds. Is cheaper. So I'd rather spend more out of pocket up front than, over time. Over time. Let me see. Good morning. She said, okay, said good morning, ladies. Happy Winning Wednesday. Yes. Miss Kim says, so thankful General Wax opened a store here in the Bay Area so I could just pull up. I'm telling you, don't it feel good to just pull up? I love being able to just pull up in the store. Plus, you get to look around, feel things, try things, test things. I love that. I love that. The shipping pricing kills the vibe for sure. For sure. I will have to get my wax shipped now that 1617 closed. Sucks. And I will keep on looking, Kim, because I'm pretty sure you can find something in your area that will be comparable to that. Or you can probably make you a proprietary blend, and come up with something amazing. I remember makers in the group trying to get citric acid. It was crazy. Yup. Crazy. It was insane. Sheila from VA. Good morning, Sheila. Amazon advertising soap. Is that Soap Beauty? Soapity. Extra vol. Oh, let's write that down. Extra EVOO 22.98, 18 per ounce. But it isn't. It's 32 ounces. That don't work. It's from Walmart. Is 101 ounces. Is 101 ounces from Walmart. And they're 32 ounces. No, I think it's 55 ounces. Is 51 ounces is $16.78. It used to be about $10, $12. Now it's $16.78. Now it's $16.78. So this is why it's important for you. Again, this is why it's important for you to price your products. Now, again, I don't get paid to talk about this particular software, but to me, using Price-O-Matic, I told you guys, I did a live on it. I did a Zoom class on it. I have the video edited and put into the the community. Why Price-O-Matic is going to help you, because you are able to change all of that and make these adjustments in your pricing. Yes, and yes, sis Kim. I'm so grateful for General Wax. I have a slab of number 3 if you need it. Oh, that is so, look at us being community. I love it. I love it. Ooh, almost lit. All right. So Price-O-Matic. Why is this important? Right? Because you get to see when things are going up, you get to make the adjustments, and then it'll automatically change the price, and you don't have to go and recalculate a whole bunch of stuff. You just need to update the pricing. Once you update the pricing, it's going to tell you how much the cost of creation is, and then you just put the markup on it, right? And there's a lot of other benefits from this. I think this is a really great thing and a great investment for all product makers, because it's not just the thing that's going to show you your pricing, right? A lot of the times we're just getting the cost of goods and how long it may take, and that's all we're calculating. We're not calculating all of the other things that goes into this. We're not calculating when we're sanitizing jars, and when we're developing a product, and when we are doing finishing labor, when we're shrink wrapping, we only do the things that we think are the major things to do, right? And so those things are not incorporated in the price. But with Price-O-Matic, it not so much forces you. And I suggest that when you are creating something, that you time yourself so you can see how long it's going to take for you to actually make something, and not so much as how fast you can do it. But if a regular person did this particular task, how long would it take them to do it? It's a lot of things that we don't incorporate. When we went live, we were talking about it, and I used Deltra as an example, because she makes her own concrete vessels. And so I said, let's calculate how much your vessels will cost. And so there were some things that she was overlooking, like not knowing about how much ingredients she used. And so it kind of makes you look at, well, how much of it do I actually use? How much is it costing me to use this particular item? Yes, I group it all in here, but am I actually being profitable? Am I really making money here, or am I losing money? Or where can I not cut corners, but where can I save so that I can make more profit? All of that is in Price-O-Matic. It shows you to how to separate the tasks that you do. You're mixing, you're measuring, you're sanitizing, your decorations, your labels, if you're cutting things out, if you're putting them in boxes, all of those things that you just overlooked, like, oh, it takes me about maybe 10 minutes to make something. And you put just 10 minutes, and that's the time that you calculating, but you shorten yourself because there's so many other things that you're doing. And since you do it so much, you just think that, oh yeah, this is how it, 15 minutes, that's about the time. You're not paying attention to all of the other things. Those things are being overlooked. So you want to make sure that you're looking at those things. FYI, it's Lupus Awareness Month. One time for this survivor. Hey, let's get it. Amen, Latrice. My daughter has lupus. Yes. Survivor, Lupus Awareness Month. Yes. Did I put that up? I did. Celebrating you, Miss Latrice. Yes, cousin, we are. Thank you, Martini. I use number 7. Another candle maker here has sold me 2 cases that she has stockpiled. I'm testing new waxes in the meantime. Yep. So you don't get stuck. So let me give a round of applause to my survivor, my best moderator on earth, the best cousin on earth. Let me give you some applause. And Miss Melody, how's your daughter doing? We'll be celebrating your daughter too. Let's celebrate your daughter as well. Yes, and yes. Let me see. All right. So I'm waiting for you, Miss Melody. Let me know what's going down. I'm gonna share something real fast about the task for. She's doing good right now. Good. I know at times they have the flare-ups. My aunt had lupus too. with the flare ups. So yes, celebrating y'all. Cousin, are you using? I'm not using it, but that should be in your stories and stuff. I don't know. I gotta check because I didn't see anything, but we should have that in your stories. We should have it in your stories. All right. So Yaz asks how to incorporate your labor into your prices. So one thing that I ask you to do is that when you're making something, write down all of your tasks. Even though it may be tedious, write down all of the things that you do to make that thing, and write down how long it takes you. Put a timer on and see how long it takes you to do each. And then if you put your time in there, then you also want to put if at the average person was doing it, because the goal is to have other people making the product, right? And not so much as a machine, but you want to do other things. You don't want to be making the products all the time, right? As an entrepreneur, you want to grow, right? So you want to also see how long it takes, and you want to put a rate on that. How much would you charge somebody how much would you pay somebody to do that job, right? So you want to make sure that you have those numbers in hand. And before you get onto the software, this is just something that I want you to write down, right? Try to calculate if you know that you're going to use, and this is what I had to do with Miss Seltra. If you know that you use a squirt, because that's what she's like. She said, I use a squirt of acrylic paint. If you know you use a squirt of acrylic paint, then let's weigh how much a squirt is. You know what I mean? So you want to do that. If you know that you're using sprinkles, you may want to weigh that. If you know that you're using glitter, there's no real way to measure the glitter, but you can just say, a roundabout number. But you want to make sure that you're not skimping out on anything. You want to make sure that everything is all included. Everything is all included, right? So before you even get into Price-O-Matic, do that. Write the task, see how long it takes you, and how much would you charge how much would you pay somebody to do that task. Then it's simple and easy. You go into Price-O-Matic and you put all of those things in there. You also, if you are developing a product, you may want to include that in your pricing as well. Good morning, Big Meech. Good morning. I hope you had a good meeting. Um, Let me see what else. I said write all your tasks, and then you're able to mess with the pricing strategy. So if you know that you want to make multiples, usually people would do for wholesale, it'll be about 2. So that means that they'll mark up their retail to be about four times, right? Or you want 50%, you want 75%, whatever that thing looks like, you'll be able to play with those numbers and see what you want your price to be. But you will be making an informed decision because you'll know everything that's included in making the product, right? You'll know everything that's included in making that product, and that's how you are going to come up with your cost. You're not going to, a lot of the times, when I was doing Miss Zeltra, she didn't include her doing her sanding. She didn't include when she did the extra stuff on her vessels or the sealing. Like she just did, okay, well, it takes me X amount of time to do this. You got to make sure you include everything. You got to make sure you do everything. Everything is included. Um, Inside Price-O-Matic, it shows you you can see how long it's going to take for you to be profitable, right? It'll show you how long it's going to take for you to break even. It'll show you how many units you need to sell in order for you to break even. And it'll also say, like, if you have a lifetime, so if you have a collection of products and you know that you're only going to make X amount of this particular product, it'll estimate the profit for you. So this way you can see what your numbers are going to look like. You're not going to be surprised when, things are changing or whatever. You know exactly what your numbers are. And this is why I love this software so much. It also lets you know if you're doing any particular promotions or anything like that. The promotions will definitely let you know if you're making money or if you're losing money. So if you decided that you wanted to do a promotion with a percentage off, it'll tell you, what's your profit. Even if you're going to have affiliates or sales reps, it'll tell you where the profit is going. If you're losing money, it'll also show you that. It shows you a promotion, like if you did a BOGO, if you wanted to do a BOGO and make it free or BOGO with 50. It's going to show you also if you wanted to include free shipping. How much would you make if you decided that you wanted to offer free shipping? And we all know that free shipping is including the shipping in our pricing, right? But it definitely calculates all of that for you. And if you wanted to have affiliates, which is great, right? If you wanted to have affiliates or sales reps, it also makes those calculations for you. So this is why I think that this is kind of like a complete software for all makers, because you can use it for everything. I use it for the pricing of my bookmarks. I use it for the when my son made slime, I was using it for the pricing of his slime. I was using it for basically everything. Everything. And I don't care what aspect of business that you're in, you can use this for everything. You could use it for your cups, your tumblers, your t-shirts, your if you made greeting cards, you could use it for greeting cards. You could use it for everything. Everything. So I would encourage everybody to get it. I'm gonna see if I could get us a discount. Currently is $18.99. I think it's well worth it. It's definitely a tax write-off. I don't have a discount code yet, so I'm gonna work on that and see if I can get a discount code. Hopefully, I can have something or hear something by Monday, and I will share that with you guys because when I got it at one set fee, but now it is by the month. And so, I mean, what you can do, I don't want to say, well, yeah, what you can do is get it at the price that it is now, but have all your stuff ready and put all your stuff in there and get your pricing. But it's something that you're going to want to use all the time because things are going to fluctuate, and you want to be able to use the system so that you can make the changes in it. Thank you so much. Yes, please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Big Meat said the math ain't mathing. Come on, y'all. For my business, what are some things I should be including? You have your packaging. You have your when you're making your t-shirts. You have putting your earrings in the bag, putting your labels on it, packaging it up. You also have what else do you do? If you're making, I know I seen I made you was making tassel earrings, making the tassel earrings. Cutting, how long does it take for you to measure? How long does it take for you to put it all together? How long does it take for you to attach the earring piece? Like how long is that whole process? Right? You don't necessarily have to break all that down individually. You can say making the earring and you know what all of that consists of, and then just put yourself on a timer and see how long that takes and how much of the yarn that you use. Let me see. What else? What else? I'm thinking, what else? If you're steaming things before you put them in the bag, you want to include that. If you have to do what do you call that? The dust roller before you put it in the bag, you want to do that. If you have to bag and tag, you got to put that. If you got to put the the with the gun, put the pricing on there, add that. What else would you do? If you're cutting out the vinyl, weeding the vinyl, you want to also incorporate that. A lot of the times we just make the shirt and we don't include the vinyl. I mean, include the weeding. We're not including that stuff. We're not including how long it takes for us to cut it out. We're not including how long it takes for us to be on the computer in order to send it to the cutter, da 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 da. Right? We're not including all of those things. Those things are included in the pricing. Those things are included in the pricing. When Let me see if I still have Deltra's up. If I still have hers up, this is the pricing. Let me go to the build. Because most pricing, it'll definitely just do like the cost of goods with the time. But there's more things that's also included. Let me see. So you got your measuring, your mixing, your prepping, your mold, your pouring, your sealing, your demolding, your sanding. These are all of the things that Miss Deltra does in her with her concrete vessels. Plus, it also includes your overhead. So whatever you're using, your mortgage or your rent, your electricity, your water, your I didn't even include in my water, your water, your internet, your ink, if you have an ink subscription, your website, all of those things goes and is included in your overhead. You go in, you set it up one time, things change, you go back in and you change it, but it's going to automatically generate however much time it takes for you to make that thing is going to analyze how much overhead you're using from the calculations that you put in there. Because how many of you guys include your overhead when you are doing your pricing? One's in the chat if you do. If you include your overhead when you're doing your pricing, before you even heard of Price-O-Matic, before you even heard about me saying overhead and charge for your overhead, how many of you guys were including that in your pricing? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I know most people, if you had a separate space, no. Matter of fact, I think you included in your expenses. I don't think you included in your pricing. Because when I had my shop, I was not including my shop rent and da 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 da. I wasn't doing that. How many of you guys include your overhead in your pricing model? Don't you say I'm doing it now? That's right. I'm telling you, you have to put it all in your pricing in order to see if you're making money. You might be selling yourself short. You might be selling yourself short and you don't want to do that. The reason you're doing it, yes, you want to be recognized. Yes, you want to sell products. Yes, yes, yes. But the real reason is for you to make money. The real reason is for this business to grow and not grow in the red. You want it to grow and be, thriving and successful. It's not going to if you're losing money. I'm going to start today. Today. You have to put that into your pricing. It has to be done. We're going to do things differently this year. We're going to be more abundant this year. That means that pricing structure has got to change. You got to start including all of the things that you're utilizing. You're using your electricity. Why are you not charging for it? You're using your water. Why are you not charging for it? In order for you to work, you have to be working in the space. Why are you not charging for it? In order for you to make that thing, you need to be in this place and you need to use these things. So it needs to be in the price. It needs to be in the price. So that's all I had to say for today. I just wanted to talk about inflation. I wanted to talk about looking at the shipping and looking at the pricing to see if that's even the best thing for you, shopping around. I wanted to make sure that you guys are, doing your due diligence when it comes to your pricing, because sometimes when something look like, again, you see the allure of the free shipping, then you look at the price. But if you're shopping and you look at the price and you're like, oh, that's high, right? And then you look other places and you can see that they're like places that like for $11, but then you see your shipping, it brings up to 32. Where is it worth it for me to be shopping, right? Where is it worth it for me to be shopping? Let me find the best deal for me for where I'm at. Not because some such and such is using this thing, not because such and such bought it from here. You can't look at that. Get that out of your mind. That cannot be something that you use anymore. Get it out of your mind. Don't worry about where somebody else got something. Worry about where it's going to be most effective for you. Most effective for you. And that's as far as your shipping is concerned. If you can go locally and pick it up, that's even better. That's even better, unless it's like Uline and they charging you $25 for a pickup. And if your shipping is less than $25, then you might as well let them go on ahead and ship it, because now you don't got to worry about your gas. But it depends. It depends. So with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for rocking with me this morning. I appreciate all of you guys. If you watched this far and you have not yet subscribed, please go on ahead and subscribe. We are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. Make sure you turn on your notifications bell so you can be notified. Let me see what else. Join the community. Join the community. The community is free. So go to Bubble Babes, BABEZ, university.com, click community, get you an account, set it up. We even have an app. If you go to Mighty Networks, download the app, and put Bubble Babes University in. You'll get all the updates to your phone, so you don't have to worry about sitting at the computer. One more thing that I wanted to say, follow us on all social media. We are Bubble Babes University everywhere. With that being said, you guys have an amazing day. Today is hump day for me. I always struggle on a Wednesday with my words and everything, but I hope today I said something that something that you can resonate with. I hope that I gave you some insight as to, pricing and reflection and shipping and all of that. So I hope that works. And if you are watching the replay, make sure that y'all hit me in the chat with a replay gang. And that is it, everybody. Everybody have an amazing day. I will talk to y'all. Oh, yes. It's May Day, y'all. Today's the first day of May, y'all. All right. Happy May, y'all. Have a great day. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.